And we are back once again, only on it is After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel. Now, join me here on the in video right now. She is getting ready to probably do some more shoots, more scenes, and seduce more people. One of the hardest working ladies in the business, one of the top MILF and Cougars, also, and content creators. I'm lucky here to have the beautiful, but gorgeous, yet very intellectual and, well, the entrepreneurial I give you. It's none other than uh, Miss Hall, Payton Hall, actually. Payton, let's start off here with the big question. How do you do it? How do you balance all this? Because you have your own website, you have mini vids, you have OnlyFans. I mean, you have everything literally. So, how do you basically keep, the same with all this stuff and all the editing and all the other stuff you got to take care of?
Well, it's been really a challenge to get to this point because it was just me trying to, and I would farm it out to different people and trade this and pay that. And it was like kind of like that for like a long time for me. And then lately I finally found like a person that wants to help me. And I have like one person kind of doing more of it than like a bunch of different people. And so we've been kind of collaborating on that. It's a younger porn male talent that actually is technical, and he's into music and everything. And so we kind of been like trading resources of stuff back and forth for him to come here for like a week or 10 days at a time, catch up, that part of it and help me get on some of those platforms that I couldn't get on. It was just a lot to do with, because I work, besides doing this, I do some investment stuff and some design stuff and consulting and like normal work that's not in the movie industry. so yeah, so basically getting a helper, I guess, is like a big thing that is, more balanced at some things that I'm not as good at. I have a vision and someone that can do that. And he also has a vision too. So I've been doing that lately. That's what's kind of brought it together for me recently.
How tough is it sometimes when, as you said, you're a professional? And I say that with the utmost class because you have your own business, you have worked in the mainstream world, you do financial work, so you know what it's like when people say, "Oh, let's be on time." That means 15 minutes early, half hour early, so you get everything ready, so that when they say, "Let's shoot," you're ready to shoot. How does it ever bother you when you make schedules and everything? And in porn, it's basically, "Oh yeah, I'm on time." Well, you're 30 minutes late. Yeah, that's on time. God damn it. Do you ever
You
get pissed when people like this nonchalant and show up? I said, no, no, no. I have work. I
Not
have a schedule.
anymore. To be honest, I only work with people that are seriously into it. Like I used to work with a lot of different people that didn't know what they were doing and weren't very serious. And there are still many people trying to work with me all the time that just want to play in porn or do that 4 month porn star girlfriend experience or whatever, that whatever that is. There's a lot of people like that, but I have nothing to do with that portion of it any longer. I only work with people that are like as serious as, maybe not everyone's quite as serious as me, but at least somewhat serious. And I don't have a problem with people being late and people being flaky because you choose who you work with. And so, pretty much in my circumstances right now, I've refined it to the point of only working with people that actually care, about what they're doing and actually value it as much as, we might value some other things. I mean, not everybody values it, and some people aren't serious, but I try to weed that out, and I refuse to like train people anymore or, try to coax them into it because if they're not into it, they're not into it. I'm not going to make them be into it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, I mean, I'm not a born trainer. Maybe I could make a school where I was and do like I don't know, a workshop and show people what it's all about if that was legal. I don't even know how you'd figure out that, but I've thought about that because lots of people write me, and every single day somebody writes me and says, "I want to be in porn. How do I do it?" Like every day, like there's not a day that goes by that I do not get some kind of email or message or something for that, or if I want to see them personally and as an escort or something like that. So I literally get hit up every day, and I just explain to them it's not simple like what they think it is. You know what I mean? And if they're serious, they kind of really have to figure that out and get into it and be on it on their own recognizance, not have somebody like me try to drag them along and try to teach them this, you know So I think that's key in not having problems, with people, is pick people that are serious.
All right, so you get to, as we said before, you are a content creator. You have your own website, which means you get to pick who you want to work with. You literally get to pick whoever you want, anybody you want. What do you look for? I mean, when you're shooting girls and guys, like, is there a certain look? Is there something that turns you on? Like, what is it that you look for with girls and guys?
Just, well, the fact that they're serious, number one, and that's what they actually really want to be doing, and that they've taken some time to like invest in themselves that way by taking care of themselves and doing the things that it takes to be serious, like have a website or contract work or get an agent or whatever you're going to be doing. I mean, that's the biggest thing I look for in a person. And then aside from that, it's just depends on what the role is. I mean, like, I don't have a particular type of person that I have to work with, but like someone orders a custom and they dictate that the guy is a certain age or whatever, or a certain color or certain this or certain that, that's kind of more how that comes into play, is what is the role for. And then if you design your own role, you can pick people that suit the imaginary thing that you made up to. Like, we just did boogie nights lately, and it was myself, Kinsley Kane, who's only 19, and Connor Kennedy did the Dirk Diggler position. So she did Roller Girl and he did Dirk Diggler, and I did the combination Maggie Amber person. But then we kind of had to throw like the Burt Reynolds role in, which was Jack, into my space too, because we didn't have a person like that. So like we did a little parody like that. So basically just the right age and kind of look of person for it, if, as far as picking that goes. Generic porn is different. You can kind of use all different kinds of people for stuff, and a lot of times you just look at the people and then you decide, well, what do I do with these people? What kind of skit do we think up with us 4 people or with us 3 people or whatever? What would look good for us? What would we be doing in porn? Yeah. So you kind of work with what's in front of you.
So all this is going on, as you mentioned before. You're doing all this. You also shoot for other companies. You shoot for Score. You shot for Naughty America, Brazzers. What do you enjoy more? Shooting for your own stuff where you have control, but you got to do all the work, or shooting for a Score, or Reality King, something like that, where it's basically, yep, I'm getting paid, I'm getting makeup, I don't take care of a damn thing, I just get to have sex. Yeah, I have all the content, but it's basically like a vacation for me.
Yeah, it is. You know what? I think for me, it's a combination of both, because if you don't have the right mix, the way I got where I was at to this point is by having a mix of a combination of paid work and trade work, or your own work. Most of my own work is trade or share content with other people that have sites. And so you can't really afford to do all that if you don't have paid work from somewhere. And you need to pay. So a trip should consist of, to me, a combination of paid work and trade work in the whole thing. So it's totally worth it to go there, because you make some money and then you spend some time on your own stuff too. And for me, that's my perfect blend. I mean, I don't know if every person that does this feels that way. There's some people that like to only work for people and don't want to mess with all this. I just feel like, and the reason I got into making my own to begin with is because I did paid work to begin with, and nobody would leave me alone. Like I told you, those emails every single day, someone's trying to talk to you. And I'm like, well, they're going to do this to me. I'm going to monetize it. And that's why I opened my first Clips for Sale store, like way back a number of years ago. I don't remember how far back it was, but it's just because they were already chasing me. And I'm like, well, if they're chasing me, I might as well monetize it. What am I doing with this? So I started doing that, and I really enjoy that. But I think to stay relevant, you need to do paid work too, like for other people, to stay out there. And I think to keep yourself, make use out of all those people, you may as well get platforms. Now I finally just took over my Pornhub page, and I'm interacting with the fans on there. And it's actually because so many people put so many things on it for so many years, I got view credit for all that. And I already got stuff that monetizes it already in the short amount of time I took that over. So that was amazing. And I now have X videos that my helper, got me signed up for, and as well the X Hamster. Any model can do that. You just don't, generally a lot of them don't know how. I didn't know how, and I didn't know what other people were doing with my stuff all the time. And so I just was kind of like taught by other people how it works, I guess. And that's how I figured out that part of it. But yeah, I think you really, I mean, for me, at least, it's the combination of both. I don't think one or the other is as effective. I mean, I, for other people, it might be, I can't say how everyone should run their business, but just for me, I think that that's been the best combination.
Give me some people you just enjoyed working with. And it doesn't have to be about the sex. It's just there's this friendship. They get you, you know, they understand you, you know, you're very people that you can actually have a relationship with because they're just good people. Give me some of the people that you literally just love working with.
Well, actually, I mean, my best friends are all from the industry. To be honest, I hardly have any like so-called normal friends or whatever. Normal people, I don't know if they don't connect or I don't know. I don't know. I just hardly know anybody normal. So mostly everybody I know is like in the movies, it seems like all my girlfriends. And so most of my friends live in other states. Like hardly anybody lives by me, but Sally D'Angelo is one of my best friends. And I've enjoyed working with her as well as, you know, doing our movies or whatever. We hang out. When we hang out, we just laugh the entire time. We just sit and crack up, like, or if we talk on the phone or whatever. It's always fun. And I love Sally. I got to meet Persia Moner a few years ago, and she's really awesome. She's super famous, been doing it for like a long time. I mean, who would ever think that that would be like one of my friends? Like, you know what I mean? And so she's one of my good friends. Dumay's super nice, and I've worked with her not as often as some of the other people. Just, I don't know. She lives in Texas. Try to think. Presley St. Clair's really nice. All the way down to people like even Hot Wife Kara lives in Arizona, and she's one of my friends here. So like it was just like kind of like all my friends are people like that. And then I've more recently started working a lot with Connor. He's 26, but he's really awesome. I mean, he's younger and everything, but he's been helping me with all my, you know, technical stuff and things. And I've known Connor Cox for years and years and years. He's been my agent forever, and I've worked with him like a whole bunch of times. And Patrick Delphia is really cool. He's like a musician as well. Flint Dominique is also like one of their friends. It's kind of funny because Connor's like, yeah, you fucked all my friends. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but all your friends and everyone is in porn, and that's all we do. So what do you want me to say? You know, so it's kind of like that. But yeah, like, I mean, pretty much mostly everybody I've met on a set is really pretty nice for the most part. And, you know, I've stayed friends with like lots of them. So I feel kind of lucky in that respect. Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got Payton on the show. We're talking all things, of course, her website, mini vids, OnlyFans. We're talking shooting content. We're talking everything under the sun here.
Sally Mullins too. Sally Mullins, who is also Jamie Foster. I just thought about her. I just was seeing her about 2 weeks ago. I was in California, and we had shot together originally on Skeet Films, and then she came and like kind of hosted me while I was there shooting for them, and we did some stuff together. She's awesome. She's a real comedian under Sally Mullins, and then a porn person under Jamie Foster. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, definitely.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. OnlyFans is a big thing. A lot of people make money off of it. Mm-hmm. Now you're dealing with the possibility that Facebook, Twitter might get involved. I know a lot of people worried it might get shut down. How tough is it keeping ahead of everything so that if one thing gets shut down, you still have, you know, another outlet? I mean, how tough is it literally just, you know, always having a backup plan?
Yeah, I mean, you can only, I mean, there's that new thing, loyal fans, I've heard. I was going to maybe go on there too. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. The world sucks. I mean, it's so uncertain in the world right now anyways. Like, just trying to worry about our platforms is one thing. I mean, the whole world's pretty much shut down as far as I'm concerned. I mean, so like in the scheme of the overall picture, I feel like our problems with OnlyFans is really small compared to the fact that the whole world doesn't seem to exist like it did any longer. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I think you just hang with it as long as you can and keep outreaching and starting new things at the same time. And I mean, I hope it doesn't go away, but if it gets as weird as it can get, I mean, we might not be allowed to be doing this at all. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know that's kind of negative, but some people think it's negative. I just think it's realistic to think that, like, I mean, the fact that we barely have school anymore is like one example. I mean, it's shocking to me what's happening, you know, for the upcoming people. I mean, I'm old, so I have less to worry about than a lot of people, you know what I mean, as far as that goes. But obviously, I'm not going to quit trying, but we can only do what we can do in a situation that this environment has gotten so weird. And I don't want to get off on a negative topic. I'm just saying, I don't know if you think the world's weird, but I think it's pretty weird.
Oh, trust me, I think the world is going to hell in a handbasket. That's a whole different story for a different day. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have to basically with that, I just had to I've been really, really working on practicing presence. It's like basically be present. And I try to be in the given moment that I'm in at any given moment. And I used to do it a lot, like with porn or with wakeboarding or wake surfing or whatever. And now I try to incorporate it into my daily life situation is always just trying to be present in the moments that you're in. And then, obviously try to think ahead a little bit and all that, but just staying in that state is kind of the most healthiest thing to do, I think. And so I feel like that's kind of how I address everything in life now. And it's funny because the more you address life like that, the less complicated it gets. And pretty soon there's not even anything really. I mean, you're there. I have a lot. I mean, we're okay. You know what I mean? You just have to look at it like that.
So what's on the bucket list for this year? Because remember, we're 2021. Now we're coming up to 2022. Give me some things that you want to accomplish. Doesn't even have to be sex. It can be just general things that you've been going, you know what? I really want to do this.
Sex, I mean, what do you mean in sex or no?
No,
sex. Right now, I just, in what now?
Sex or in real life. Give me some things that you have, goals you want to accomplish.
Oh, no. Well, this year, I'm doing a lot of things personally. I'm building a different house. I'm moving. I'm hoping that gets underway and gets done, but I don't know if that's going to even be done by the end of the year. I'm changing my whole way of life because of the way the world is. And so for me, it's that kind of thing and trying to stabilize and make sure that everything's as solid as I can make it. And I've helped my family to get to places, where they're all kind of in good spaces as much as I can. But professionally, was trying to kind of get those stuff all organized and into some kind of a system where it works better. And that's what we've been accomplishing. And then I'm going into other stuff with Connor and stuff. We're trying this music video thing. We're going to start trying to produce that. And so that's an experiment for me, but it's just a new avenue and a whole different thing. Not like I'm quitting porn, but I'm just saying it's just kind of venturing out to some other things. And then in the movie thing, I want to keep doing what I'm doing. And I do a lot of customs. I get a ton of custom orders, continue to make better products. I think that are I think mine have gotten more elaborate than what some people think porn needs to be. But personally, I just feel like it's more what I want to do with it. I mean, and not everyone has to like it or take it or, they can do it their way. Whatever they want to do is fine. But for me, that's what I want to do. I just like making it more of a story and more real, more beautiful than what some people want to do. But and in sex, I mean, I've done pretty much everything in sex. I don't know. And I guess just keep doing it, and I had a lot of problems with my body this last couple of years. So it's been a challenge to come back from that. I've had 2 frozen shoulders. I had a broken clavicle and I broke my thumb twice. So all those injuries and stuff, for me, it's just I'm so grateful to be physically able to move and do the positions and do all the stuff that I could do. I mean, that's a big deal to me. It's just, at my age to keep trying to stay as vital as possible and be able to do all the things that I could do. And I've overcome a lot physically for having to do a physical job that you actually are using your body for. So I guess for me, I take a step back and I just think, I'm thankful that I can get my arms back to these positions now, or I can do this or that, because they were stuck and that really sucked for me. So I might try to do one more gangbang this year, like, because my arms were so bad before I couldn't have done it for a little while. I mean, I did it before, but I might hit them up and go do that for something. I don't know. It sounds like fun, and yeah. So that could be a good birthday present in October. I don't know. Do that. It'd be fun.
That sounds like a great little birthday present.
Yeah, I wasn't ready before lately. I mean, I did it a couple years ago, but then with this arm thing and getting all between the pandemic and all those injuries, it was literally like really, really difficult. Like I couldn't like get my arms to like move and stuff. That's really hard to do porn if you can't like put weight on your arms or move them or put them behind you, do all that. I mean, that was rough. That was like one of the worst things that I've went through. It was like really hard, but it seems like it's getting over with. I've tried all different things, and now I'm doing acupuncture on top of the physical therapy, on top of the training, on top of the massage, on top of the cupping, and Chinese herbs now. So we're doing all that. Yeah. At least I'm proactive, right? I guess I'm proactive.
So, final question before I let you go. And as I said, a lot of big things going on here with you. With all that, what you went through, and as you said, you've had to physically rehab your body because of the physical toll. I mean, so what makes you keep a love in all this? I mean, what makes you still love what you do when, as you said, it's a stressful job. It literally can break people because you're dealing with comments about from the internet, on Twitter. You deal with sometimes people who aren't the most reliable. You have a basically still a society which looks down on sex workers. What is it about this that you just look and go, I still love it. I still love what I do when I do it.
I still love it because like it's fun, it's creative, and I pretty much have had mostly positive experiences with mostly everybody that I've worked with. And honestly, I think the normal world is meaner to me than they are on Twitter or in the industry. I think they treat me like a goddess in this industry. Everyone is really nice to me. You get compliments all day. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what I'd do without it. Like it's like a really big part of people are generally pretty nice, you know, to me or to people like us. I mean, I believe I have had a good experience. I feel like in real world stuff, people are a lot bigger assholes and they're always unhappy with everything. And in my work that I've done, they're always bitching. They're clients that expect you to be kissing their ass over. And I mean, it's just like, and I would be chasing them. And in this job, they're chasing me. I would prefer much rather to be on this side of the angle than where you are in normal work. I think in normal work, I mean, I don't know. I just think people aren't as nice as they have been. So it's kind of weird that I would say that, but I feel like it's true, you know? And I feel like people in the business are a lot more like real and like authentic. And like, I really value and treasure that instead of people being so fake and lying about everything in like normal life. I mean, I feel like in normal life, people walk around and cover up everything and they don't really address who they are. I don't think most people, a lot of them know who they are. And I mean, I wish they did, but I mean, it doesn't seem like they do. And I feel bad for that. I mean, I almost wish everyone could experience this level of like honesty and reality, but I don't think everyone can get there. I don't know. You know, yeah. But you can get there without doing porn. But I'm just saying, in general, I felt it's been positive.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I give you one of the top business people in this industry. I give you the sexy, the beautiful, but the intellectual. I give you Payton Hall. Payton, before I let you go, where can the fans check everything out? Where is the OnlyFans, the ManyVids, your website, Twitter, Instagram? Where can fans hit you up at?
I have my website. My main one is www.paytonhallxxx.com. And then OnlyFans, apparently I'm under, well, you do the HTTPS, 2 dots, 2 lines, and then you say onlyfans.com, and then you do that slash, and you do Payton Hall XXX. Apparently the XXX is the important thing that people couldn't find me the other day. And I was like, why? And I figured that out. So it's there. And then Many Vids is just under Payton Hall. And then Clips for Sale is just Payton's Place. And what else do I have? I'm trying to think. All those other tube sites, you just go to the tube site and put in the person's name. So they're pretty easy. I'm going to try Loyal Fans. I think it's just a lot to keep getting more things started. I mean, and so far, OnlyFans hasn't fell apart yet. I mean, I don't know. You really think it's going to? I mean, I don't know. So,
Well, that'd be a whole different story for a different day. But for now, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's Payton Hall. We are lucky to have her on the show. We come back, but we got a lot more going on here only on It's After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel.